Hooray for Hollywood. Saw you're going at a youngster, but you've got to come back a stop. Oh, hello there. I am Stan the Movie Man, and this is my review of Captain Marvel. It stars Brie Larson, Samuel L. Jackson, Gemma Chan, Lee Pace, Ben Mendelsohn, Jude Law, Annette Bening, Lashana Lynch, and more. It is the story of a Kree, a noble Kree warrior hero by the name of Veer. But her real name is actually Carol Danvers. It seems she doesn't remember much about her past. She sees flashes of it from time to time. She is working with the Kree as part of their security force in their battle against the Skrulls, an alien race that can shapeshift, and they infiltrate planets and then take them over. During one of these missions to fight against the Skrulls, Veer, or Carol, gets captured by the Skrulls, and they are looking for something specific in her memories that she simply doesn't remember herself, but they bring stuff out, and they can kind of rewind and rewatch certain parts of her life. They're looking for something specific on Earth. They're actually in orbit over Earth. Veer escapes and winds up crash landing on Earth in a blockbuster. You see, it is like 1993 at this point in history, where she is found by a SHIELD agent by the name of Nick Fury, played by Samuel L. Jackson, things sort of take off from there. She's trying to figure out who she is and what the Skrulls were looking for in her head, and it is an expansive story that's far too complicated to get into. This is a pretty good origin story. It's not the best Marvel movie, but certainly by far not the worst. And it maybe stretches on a bit too long, but I like the fact that what we are told in the beginning gets an old switcheroo half to three-quarters of the way through the film. Everything that Carol Brie has been told is not necessarily the truth. And her mentor amongst the Kree, a guy named Yon-Rogg, played by Jude Law, has ulterior motives. Let's put it that way. It's a perfectly fine superhero origin story, and it really comes alive near the end when those superpowers are allowed to break loose. But like I said, it goes on a little too long, maybe a little too much back and forth chase and capture kind of stuff, like they weren't sure how to make this movie long enough, maybe, because it's just at 2 hours, and it could have been a little bit shorter. I enjoyed seeing the young Nick Fury and the cat that plays an integral part in the story later on in the film is cute. They actually used 4 different cats along with some CGI versions. There's nothing though about this film that really, stands out, that really, makes it unique, except for the fact that it's about this superhero finding out her history and plotting her course for the future. Make sure you stay for the first mid-credit scene is important for what's to come. The last post-credit scene is just kind of more of a joke. Worth seeing, but still, it isn't going to, destroy the Marvel canon in your mind if you don't see it. And also, the very beginning of the film, the Marvel banner stuff that comes up where they show all the various characters from all the different movies. This time, it's Stan Lee. All of his cameos and things in the film, and his cameo in the film is pretty interesting as well. So, is it the best Marvel movie? No. Is it the worst Marvel movie? No. It's just right there in the middle for me, anyway, as far as I'm concerned. And sometimes the CG is a little wonky. So, take all that into consideration. Now, let's talk for a minute about the folks who really don't want you to see this movie. There are people on the internet who've gone out of their way to tell everybody that this is a man-hating movie. I don't think so. Obviously, these people who started this campaign against Captain Marvel started it well before the release of the film, when I am sure the majority of them hadn't left their mother's basements yet. So, if you are so delicate that you can't stand seeing a female superhero, then perhaps you should let this one go and stay off the internet. Otherwise, if you're a grown-up and you enjoy adventure films, then by all means, see Captain Marvel. Just don't be prepared to be totally wowed by it. I am giving Captain Marvel, I'm torn. I don't have half stars. So I'm going to give Captain Marvel 3 stars. Now, it is better than your average 3-star movie, but I don't know. It just sort of seemed like they had to put out a movie before Endgame, and they just sort of put this one onto a script and then shot it. It's not great. It's not bad. It's just sort of average. Please go to stayinthemovieman.com to read my complete review. Also, please listen to The Fractured Frame, a podcast where some friends of mine and I get together and discuss the latest in movie, TV, and streaming news. Naturally, we will be discussing Captain Marvel on our next episode. You can find that wherever you get podcasts. Follow me on Twitter @MovieManStan and send emails to me, stanthemovieman123 @gmail.com. Till next time, later.